Hi, everybody. It's Kathy with Stand Up, Speak Out, Stop Domestic Abuse. I am here today with Alicia, our newest client, and she has agreed to do an interview to talk a little bit about her relationship and how she ended up where she is. And she has asked to remain anonymous, which is why she is not on camera. And I guess we'll start the questions now. So, Alicia, let's start with how old are you?
I am 20 years old.
20 years old. How did you and Steve meet?
We met in 2018, and then we were just friends at the time. But then 2021, we started dating. We kind of reconnected through social media.
Okay. And that relationship was going fine in your home state.
Yes.
And he treated you
good.
Like a normal boyfriend should?
Yeah.
Okay. When did he convince you to move down here to Georgia?
Well, he asked me last year, but I wasn't ready, and then we agreed to do it this year to find an apartment. But he found it before we agreed on it, and then we decided to do it in June.
Okay. So you had agreed to looking into it, but he kind of pushed the issue and kind of forced you into coming down here in June.
Yes.
And when you got here in June, you don't know anyone here. You have no family here.
No.
And he does have family and no people here.
Yes.
Okay. So once you got here, you're completely isolated.
Yes.
Okay. Were you both working when you were here?
Yes, I was working, and then he quit his job like 3 weeks after I came.
Okay. So the whole time that you've actually been here, you've been supporting him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And tell me how the abuse started. Like, did it start off immediately being physical, or was it emotional and verbal first? How did that all go?
First it was verbal and mental abuse. And then it started being physical.
Okay. What kinds of things did he say to you, emotionally and verbally?
That I'm worthless, and he's the only thing good that ever happened to me and stuff like that. And that no one would help me.
How long after the emotional and verbal abuse did he start hitting you? And did it start with hitting, or did it start with shoving and kind of move up from there?
The first time he tried to hit me, he tried to break my car door window. He punched it, and then he was like grabbing me, like throwing me down and stuff.
And then from there it moved to punching and...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happened this last time that prompted our meeting?
He was just saying stuff to me, and he was saying how that I'm scared of him, and that he'll keep doing it because I'm worthless and stuff like that.
And then after you had a car accident,
Mhm.
and totaled your car and lost your car,
Mhm.
which the car was hers, not his. It was the night after you totaled the car that you ended up in the emergency room.
No, 3 days after.
3 days after.
Mhm.
What was that? What did that fight look like? How did what happened? What did he do to you that ended you in the emergency room?
Well, I was sitting in the bedroom. He came inside the bedroom. He pretended to punch me, and then he said, "That's why I'm scared of him." And then that's when it started, of him like actually hitting me. And then he threw a glass candle at me, and then I started bleeding everywhere.
And you had told me that he hit you in the face a few times.
Yeah.
In your body as well.
Yeah.
And then, like she said, threw a glass candle at her, which broke and sliced her hand and fingers. And one of her fingers, it actually sliced through the tendon. So when she does get back home, she's going to need to see a hand surgeon to have that fixed. So it's a pretty, I can tell you from experience that a severed tendon in your finger can be a life-altering forever injury. Funny though, it is her middle finger that's in the splint. I find that poetic. And so I know the answer to this part. I don't know if you do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how you got to me, how I got to you?
Yeah, my mom.
It was actually your uncle who called me first.
Oh.
I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Your uncle called me first.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, he was really upset and kind of all over the place. And and when I was asking him questions and he wasn't really sure and he was really upset. So that's when he had me call your mom.
Oh, okay.
So then I called your mom and talked to her. And she told me where you were. And that's when I went to the emergency room and did pick her up from there. And she has been staying with me and my family in our home so that she's safe. We were able to go to her apartment yesterday safely and collect all of her things. So we and her family was able to get her a ticket to get home. A bit of a financial burden, but they were able to do it. The airline is only allowing her to take 2 suitcases with her. So the rest of her belongings will be here. And in the next week or two, the nonprofit, me, will send her belongings to her in her home, back at her home state with her family, where she will be safe. Now, he has not tried to contact you since this incident, or he has?
He has.
He has. And you have...
Not responded.
You're just ignoring him. You're not contacting.
Yeah.
And you are done?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no chance that he goes back to your home state and talks you back into him.
No.
You're over it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm going to provide you resources in your home state to follow up, like with counseling and support groups and stuff like that. Okay. You're going to follow through with that?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like to add? Speak up a little bit.
Just leave when you can, while you can, because it can get worse.
So if there was other women or men or anybody in the same situation that you're in, your advice is to get out as soon as you see it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't ever get better.
Yeah.
It just gets worse. And it does. it gets worse. It either ends up with you completely disabled for the rest of your life or dead. So, yeah, get out as soon as you can. And there are many places that will help. Stand Up, Speak Out, Stop Domestic Abuse. We are here 24/7 to answer your calls and to help you in any way that we can. So, Alicia, I would like to say thank you for taking the time to do the interview.
You're welcome.
And I'm very sorry that you had to go through this. But you are beautiful and you are strong and you are going to be just fine.
Thank you.
Okay? And she is the cutest dog in the entire world. So that's the end of the interview. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's a good ending because she is going to be okay and she's going to be safe with her family and she is not going back. So it's a happy ending. Thanks again for watching. Stay safe.